What's good? What's cracking? What's popping? Salute to the fam. It is the homie, Mainman here. Man, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. Salute to the fam, man. I want to say salute to everybody that catches this live. Major salute to everyone that catches this on a playback. Thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. Family, thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. I say, damn, fight fans. I say, damn. I have been fiending. I repeat, fiending to get on up here to talk about this Crawford and Spence fight that then got made. Lord have mercy, fight fans. I'm telling y'all straight like this, man. I could not be more happier for all of us boxing fans as a whole for us getting the fight that we have been wanting to see for at least the last 4 to 5 years. It is now here. I don't want to hear no excuses. You can pack that shit. You can keep it. I don't want to hear it. Hashtag no excuses. Let's go. I don't want to hear nothing about it took too long. I don't want to hear nothing about negotiations. None of that stuff don't mean nothing. We ain't got time to waste, fight fans. We ain't got no time to waste. We ain't got time. We got to July 29th and we want to sit back. If any of you complaining out there and we got to July 29th, you're wrong. You have been wanting this fight for the last 4 years. I have been wanting this fight for the last 4 years. We have been pushing Bud Crawford to the top of boxing, fight fans, and now, damn it, it's going to pay off. And salute to all of you little Spence or Errol Spence fans out there too. Let's not get it twisted, because y'all played a major part in this as well. You know what I'm saying? All of your lying videos dragging Terence Crawford through the mud. Oh, we appreciate it. We needed that, because that is what got us to this moment. Everybody has a hand in it. Do yourself a favor, break your arm, pat yourself on the back, because you deserve it, Mr. Content Creator. All day. Yes, sir, fight fans. We are finally here to the monumental moment in boxing. Crawford versus Spence, the biggest and best fight in boxing, hands down. There is no other fight, perhaps, in boxing with this much boxing treasure. Hear me and hear me clear, fight fans. I know we got Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. I know that's for undisputed. And salute to Alexander Usyk. Him and Terence Crawford are the only two fighters in boxing that are going for 2-time undisputed. That's right, 2-time undisputed. Both of them boys are going for all-time great status. All-time great status. Not great, not Hall of Fame. Not, oh, number 1 pound for pound. No, we're talking ATG, fight fans. All-time great status. And that is Bud Crawford, Alexander Usyk, going for 2 times undisputed in 2 separate weight classes. It don't get no better than that. It don't get no better than that. So I want to say salute, man. Now, at this point, man, you know, we've been through all of the crap, right? They gave Terence Crawford all of these instructions. Get a belt, leave your promoter, do A, do B, do C, then move the goalposts, then do D, then E, then F, then G, then move the goalposts. We've been through all of that. Terence Crawford has remained steadfast. He didn't let nothing stop him from his goal, not even Bob Arum. When Bob Arum jumped out there to try to hold Terence Crawford back, when he lied to Terence Crawford, everybody. Y'all remember that? Remember Bob Arum lied to Terence Crawford? What are you talking about, man? Well, the thing is I remember when Terence Crawford fought Aegis Kalvalauskas. Y'all remember the Kalvalauskas fight? In the Kalvalauskas fight, where he gets so ridiculed that everybody and their mamas know was a mandatory, right? In the Kalvalauskas fight, that was supposed to have been the fight that he was supposed to get, and the next one was supposed to be Errol Spence Jr. Y'all remember that? We've been being played with since the Kalvalauskas fight fans. Remember when Terence Crawford was, oh, he don't want to fight Earl. Oh, he's ducking. He's Bob's little whatever, you know what I mean? Oh, he just want to hang under Bob Arum. When behind the scenes, he was putting Bob's feet to the fire with each and every turn. When behind the scenes, the only reason he was taking some of those crap fights because he was promised Errol Spence Jr. over and over and over again. And y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Man, what you talking about? Show us something then. Easy work. Remember this here? These are the court papers. When he sued Bob Arum. What does that tells you right there? Top Rank has repeatedly breached his contract with Crawford. In fact, defrauded him into entering agreements in the first place, even while Top Rank criticized Crawford. It pushed into agreeing to fight Aegis Kalvalauskas, not because that was the best for Crawford's career, but because Top Rank needed to fulfill his obligations to ESPN. So let me stop right there. So he was supposed to get the Spence fight after the Kalvalauskas fight, but they were lying just to keep Terence Crawford fighting on ESPN because Bob Arum at the time knew that he got that deal with ESPN on the back of Terence Crawford. On the back of Terence Crawford, fight fans, trying to keep Terence Crawford on the hamster wheel, running round and round and round and round, because despite what the critics say, Terence Crawford is a big name. How the hell you think Bob got two budgets? Who the hell pushed ESPN Plus, fight fans? Last time I checked, it was Terence Crawford. And on top of that, BLK Prime come around and want to do the same thing. They say no one knows him, but he's the face of two networks and shit. And the only reason that he fought Aegis Kalvalauskas, a fight that he did not want to fight, remember? The only reason he even fought him, because he was promised the Errol Spence Jr. fight. And also, riddle me this. He didn't want the Earl fight, man. He resisted so much for all of this time. He was a diva. Then how the hell did he have Errol Spence Jr. name in his contract? Remember the Errol Spence Jr. bonus? The $900,000 every year that he was getting when he didn't get the Errol Spence Jr. fight? Don't sound like a dude who never wanted to fight. And remember this lawsuit, fight fans. The crazy thing is that we hear that Spence and Crawford is going to be making $10 million apiece guaranteed. It's funny how a guarantee changes things. It's funny how a guarantee changes things, but they're going to be making about $10 million guaranteed, right? It's funny because if you go back to the court papers had accused that said that Crawford and Spence's asking price then was $10 million guaranteed. Y'all remember when we read it right here on the channel on the episode of We Talking Boxing? Yes, we did. That's when we found out the real asking price and not with all this crap that's floating around out here in La La Land and stuff. And we knew back then that they were asking for $10 million. Remember, we reported it right here. Man, how do you know? Oh, it's crap. It's in the court papers. You can't lie in the court papers. That's perjury. It was in the court papers. So when people run around and say, well, PBC was so right on what they did. Well, this was always the asking price. Why didn't he just come correct the first time? This was always the asking price. This ain't nothing no different than we seen in the court papers over a year ago. You see what I'm saying? So all of this time wasted, all of this BS, all of this fluff that we've been going through, especially over the last year, that's exactly what it was, fight fans. BS and fluff. They needed to find the right time, the right amount of money, the right time. Man, bull crap. They already knew what it was. And they never gave it. All they had to do was give a little guarantee. All they had to do was give a guarantee. This is all they had to do from the jump. First off, let me just also say, man, this deal that they've negotiated for this fight is beautiful. I'm glad to see both of these brothers going in half like this. It ain't no egos here. Ain't no A-side, B-side BS crap. Errol Spence came correct. I'm sure he got his side in order. Terence Crawford came correct. They checked the egos at the door. They got on the phone with each other. They made it happen, fight fans. And PBC this whole time has been lying and bullshitting us. It was all about a guarantee. They didn't offer Crawford no guarantee. I had one of y'all come through here earlier with a comment. Oh, well, man, that's all it, PBC had offered him $10 million in the first place. All he did was take what he was offered. That's crap. I don't know where y'all getting that crap from. You can't find no article nowhere. Oh, what Steven Espinoza said, I don't see that shit nowhere. All I do see is, fight fans, all I do see is this. All I do see is when Terence Crawford, and they asked him about the guarantee down the time, and he said, I was never offered a guarantee. Not once. End quote. Not once. This was around the time, the end of last year, remember? Never offered one. Everybody, the Spence fans keep running around with this thing about, oh, we offered him $9-10 million guaranteed. But Terence Crawford says he was never offered a guarantee. So who do we believe? Y'all lying asses or Terence Crawford? Who do we believe? He says he was never offered the guarantee. He says, and I quote, I never heard of a fighter ever taking zero guarantee in a fight. I never heard of a fighter of a full rounder taking 0% of a guarantee. That is something that's new to me. End quote. When this was all it took to get across the damn finish line was the guarantee. A respectable one, I will believe, since he came from 3 million. And just like I told y'all, fight fans, months ago, look at Errol Spence Jr. He should be looking across at Terence Crawford and shaking his hand and thanking him all the way to the bank. He ain't never made this much money with nobody. Nobody. Well, Errol Spence's resume is so great, man. It's so mystical and mythical. It's awesome. Yet he couldn't get 10 million guaranteed with nobody. Yet when he fought Showtime Sean Porter, he didn't come nowhere near this. Yet when Showtime Sean Porter fought Terence Crawford, he got the biggest payday of his career and retired with that shit. Who the big name for real? Who the big fish for real? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Who is the big fish for real? Y'all be coming around here, man, Earl is the big fish, the big jellyfish, because he ain't giving the biggest paydays. It's Terence Crawford giving the biggest paydays. He ain't clocking the biggest checks. It's Terence Crawford clocking the biggest checks. He don't got the most belts because Terence Crawford then doubled them shits. I say 6. The internet say 8. So the thing is, fight fans, who really is the big fish here? That's funny. He's the big fish. Why? Because he got jury. That's jury shit. That ain't Earl shit. That's jury shit. Earl ain't Bill that. No, but Terence Crawford, he got Bud Street. Do we got a Spence Street in Texas? Do we? Riddle me that. He's the big fish. He's the big fish, though. He only got a street. He don't got a street. He's not giving the biggest paydays. He hasn't touched nearly barely half the hardware that Terence Crawford has touched. He's never left the weight class. He's moved down in weight, not up in weight. He's the big fish, though. Why? Because he's getting 300,000 pay-per-views that you don't know to be true. That you don't know to be true. You guesstimating with your guesstimating ass. You don't know that to be true. Oh, well, man, he's a star. He's a star at 300,000. I got Tank Davis out here busting the cap off markets and shit, but he's a star. Oh, man, he's such a star. You don't see it. You don't see it. His 300,000, his 250,000. He's a great star. Man, you out of your nuggets. Terence Crawford, this is his moment. He's about to become an all-time great, and y'all gonna like that shit. And to all of my newbies that's coming around the sport of boxing, take notes, because I noticed that the boxing fans, they're getting younger. And then we got a whole new class coming in, thanks to Javante Davis and Devin and Shakur. We got a whole new class coming in. Sit down and learn. I don't care if you're coming from MMA. I don't care know where you're coming from, but learn that these two fighters right here, two of the most perennial fighters on the planet. Well, for sure with Terence Crawford, but learn. Learn what real fighters do, how they move and what they look like, because this is it right here. This is the top floor. This is the Mount Rushmore of boxing. This is where the red air is. Not everybody come up here. No, not everyone comes to the red air. I can't say that Danny's been to the red air. I can't say that Sean's been to the red air. Who else is a welterweight? I can't say that Keith. Has Keith been to the red air? The Pacquiao fight, right? The Pacquiao fight. The red air, where the air gets thin, because this is the layer of greatness. And Terence Crawford been sitting on that shit for years. Welcome to Errol Spence Jr. Welcome. This is where your legacy gets the biggest bump that it's ever seen. I'm gonna see what the fam is talking about. We're gonna get back here, fight fans. We got a lot to catch up on, you know what I mean? Mike Rhyme is in the house. What's up, Mike? What's up with you? Chilling, man. You say, what up, everybody? Spence by pure punishment. Sound good. You know what I'm saying? At least you're not saying knockout. I hope I don't get none of y'all to walk up in here talking about some Spence by knockout, because I'm gonna need that proof. I'm gonna need your proof. Y'all know you can't run that shit by Mainman. Where's your proof of this knockout, of this mythical knockout that Errol Spence is going to do? Who do you got? What name do you want to give me? Oh, man, look at the performance that he did against Mikey. Oh, great. But look at the performance that he did against Ugas. Man, Ugas hurt that man. Hurt that man. Oh, what performance the Danny performance? Which one? Because Danny didn't get stopped. Sean didn't get stopped, but Crawford stopped Sean. Kel didn't get stopped. Kel took a knee on his own because he was injured. Is that a knockout? That's not a knockout. That's a quit. Or he took a knee. Who we talking about? See, what Crawford did, he knocked him out. He knocked him halfway across the ring with a jab and shit. So where y'all proof at is that he's going to knock out Terence Crawford? I want to see y'all proof. See, at least my man Mike came correct off the jump, and he says, look, he's going to beat him by punishment. I can respect that. You ain't jumping out the window and saying stoppage. I'm going to tell you straight like this, Mike. Your boy going to get stopped, and I got proof. Question it. It's called a 10-fight knockout streak that's spanning over 2 classes. I got proof. I'm talking champions and all fight fans. Stopping Bama's first man to stop Sean Porter. Sean Porter sitting back, can't figure it out. What did I do? What did I do? Him and his father ain't been the same since. Terence Crawford not only wrecked Sean Porter, but he wrecked him and his daddy's relationship. It don't make no sense. You see, Terence Crawford, you wrong for that. You wrong on so many levels. You need to cut it out, champ. Don't do that no more. Don't be breaking up fathers and sons and shit. You already got all of these fighters who were once champions and flowing through their careers, and they running into Terence Crawford. They're no longer the same. They can't win again. They don't have no ambitions to fight. They have no more ambition. He beat the ambition out of these dudes. And on top of all of that, fight fans, the man is breaking up homes between fathers and sons. When the last time you seen Kenny Porter, a little wild ass, hanging out with Sean? And it's all because of Terence Crawford. All because he became so afraid that his son was going to get his brains knocked out of his ears. They threw that towel in. And his son is probably never forgave him for that, man. GK Black, what up, though? Chilling, man. Salute. We ain't stopping at Spence either. Charlo going down next. I want to say all day. That's up next. Easy work. That's going to be a 3-time undisputed. It don't get no better than that, man. I'm super happy to be witnessing this. Charlo going down too. Look at Charlo trying to kill time, hoping that Crawford can get up there so he can get some of that Crawford magic on him. Maybe he can get a payday like Spence, because Lord knows ain't nobody at 54 giving Charlo that payday. He's waiting on Crawford. I'm pretty sure most of the PBC guys are for real. At this point, they got to look at Sean and say, damn, Sean, you clocked the biggest payday of your career with Crawford. Look at David Avanesian. David Avanesian pulled out of a fight just to jump into a fight with Crawford because it was more money. I know all of the PBC welterweights, and everybody got to be like, I want to fight with Crawford now. Win, lose, or draw, that fool pay money. Every time you fight him, you get paid. Who ain't got paid at a Fort Terence Crawford? And even if you ain't getting paid, you're still going after the number 1 pound for pound fighter by a mile. Give me a name. The point I'm trying to make to y'all fight fans, who's the real big fish in all of this shit? The proof is in the pudding. And when it comes to Charlo, well, look at this. He's sitting back waiting on 2 welterweights. Hoping that they move up for his biggest payday. And all of this shit got put in motion because Terence Crawford came to the party. Tell me I'm lying. Please. Last of a dying breed, fam. What's up with you? Chilling. He say, salute, homie. I'm going to Vegas. I got to be there live. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying every resource in my power to clear my schedule enough so I can make it out there for that. Even if I'm just coming for that Saturday and Sunday and rolling out that Sunday, bro. I am trying. I want to be there, bro. If you make it there, last of a dying breed, man. Hey, bro. You ain't gonna never forget this shit, man. You ain't gonna never forget it. You know what I'm saying? GK Black, they ain't want to see Bud be great. Now the world will see why he is the pound for pound number 1. Big time. See, the thing is this is nothing new for me. I've been talking this way for the last 6-7 years. This is nothing new for me. I know exactly what Bud Crawford is capable of. That's why I never felt so confident for a fight. That's why I never wanted to fight so bad. Bud Crawford said it himself, no matter who I beat, no matter who I fight, I will never get credit. He's proven that over and over and over again. I don't have to see it no more. I don't need proof. I'm the guy that jumped on the limb out there and put myself out there and said he gonna stop Sean Porter, or before the whole YouTube joined the chorus. I was the first man confidently smashing my chest saying that shit because I knew what we had on our hands. I knew that Sean Porter was gonna run into something. Did I not say that, fight fans? Did I not break and predict that fight to the molecule? That's what I do, man. And I'm gonna tell you straight like this: your boy Spence, tailor made. Tailor made, man. I'm telling y'all straight. I've been telling y'all this for as far as I can remember. He is tailor made for Terence Crawford. There's only one thing that he can do. And I'm gonna be honest with the fam. There's one thing that he can do that does concern me about the fight between him and Crawford. And we're gonna go there. I don't know if he's willing to do it. And y'all may have heard me speak about this before, especially if any of y'all were around during the time when me and Batman used to talk about this all the time. I used to always bring this up with him as well. It's one vulnerability, and we're gonna do this. One vulnerability, fight fans. One vulnerability. Oh, you already know, GK Black. You already. It ain't gonna never change. You know what I'm saying? It's been this way since day uno. You know what I mean? Michael Anderson says, "Yo, what up, man? Bud finally gets to prove his point, 100%, and it don't even stop there." Most people will say, you know what, this is a great career, 2-time undisputed. This is it for me. But he's speaking about moving up to a third class to face Jamel Charlo. Like he's not even satisfied with just being a 2-division undisputed champion. He needs to be 3. What the hell is going through this man's veins? What is going through this man's veins? Like greatness, he just got to get to that top floor. Mike said, yo, Bob said Crawford never requested the Spence fight, and I thought that we weren't going to talk about that kind of stuff. Well, no, that was just my introduction, Mike. I'm not going to dwell on it. I just wanted it to be known where we came from to where we are now. It was just a brief thing. Now, I don't give a damn what Bob got sued. We went through the court papers here on the channel. We went through them page by page and seen everything that was included, and you cannot lie in a court of law because of perjury. And there was a lot of things that was said in those court papers that shows that Terence Crawford definitely wanted that fight. Definitely wanted that fight. Even set up certain things to try to make sure it happened. You know what I mean? Charles Pickett, what up, though? Salute, man. Keep up the grind, little homie. South Central LA up in the building. Salute to you, man. From DC to LA, champ. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. There go my main man, Lucy Goosey, up on deck. You know what I'm saying? What up, Lucy Goosey? Chilling. Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose. Chilling. Everybody turn up, man. Turn up. This is our moment, champs. This is our moment, man. Hey, Lucy Goosey say, yo, Team Spence, we back. Oh, Lucy Goosey, you Team Spence? You Team Flinch? You Team Sprints? Ah, oh, Lucy Goosey. No, man. Say it ain't so, champion. Say it ain't so. I can't wait for Bud to get his hands on tuna fish Spence. Big facts, Charles Pickett. Big facts. They go my main man D Young up in our house. Hey D, I already know you turned up, D. Say less, bruh. I already know you turned up. My main man D Young, man. We got Team Crawford in our house. Salute to you. Yes, sir. Last of a Dime Breeze says Earl confirmed 2. No guarantee. Earl confirmed 2, no guarantee. What? Oh yeah. Oh, you talking about from before? Oh, I got you. Yeah. Absolutely. Earl said that neither was offered the guarantee. And it was a simple thing like that, man. That was like repellent to keep the fight from not happening. If they could have landed the fight under those terms, they would have been laughing all the way to the bank. They would have been laughing all the way to, we got his ass. All trying to prey on the hunger of Terence Crawford, knowing that he wants to be great so bad. We're going to take him to the cleanest. Trying to take advantage of the brother. Trying to take advantage of the man. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. I got my main man. My G is in here. Muhammad Tola is on deck. Salute to you, Muhammad Tola. You know we got to come up in here and talk this real spill today, champ. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don Vaughn is up in here, man. What's up with you, man? Salute, main man. Bud is a whale, not a fish. Big facts. Big facts, big facts. Don Vaughn says DMV brother. Oh, I'm good. I got the home squad up in here, man. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. B Marsh, how you, man? How you? Well, goddamn, man. Talk to him, Slim. Ain't nothing but pure, unadulterated facts. Real spill. And that's how we gonna carry it, champ. That's how we gonna carry it. So check this out, everybody. I got a little something. You know, I always never come empty-handed. Got a little something for us to kind of chop up real quick. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this a segment about the golden questions, right? Now, how many times have y'all always hear me when I'm breaking down something? I always go around and say what the golden question is. The golden question is boom, boom, boom. Well, we're going to deal with a handful of golden questions with these two fighters. And we're going to put it right here on the board and maybe we'll learn a little something. Am I going to give the breakdown of the fight tonight? The answer is no. We got time for that, fight fans. I'm not going to give the prediction for that tonight. And once I do give the prediction, I hope y'all listen very, very closely because I'm going to tell y'all how this fight is going to go. Man, this is what I do. I'm always on point when it comes to this shit. And I'm telling y'all right now, when I put these two fighter styles in my head, the ticket that comes out, well, I think y'all know what they say. But we're not doing styles tonight. We're not doing fight breakdowns tonight. This fight is July 29th, and we got a long way to go. So before I do that and have the Spence fans pick away at my shit, give me a little time with that. So tonight, what I'm going to do is do with the golden questions. So I have a few questions that we're going to pose to both fighters, and we're going to answer these joints truthfully, right? We're going to not be biased. We're going to answer these questions truthfully. All right. So let's answer a few golden questions, and I'm going to pivot on back to the comment section. First question, the first golden question. What is Errol's best win? Riddle me that. I should have wrote that on the graphics. My saying, riddle me that. What is Errol's best win? Let's see here. If I think, what is Errol's best? Before I answer this, let me swing over to the comment section. I'm going to go up to the up-to-date comments, and I'm going to see exactly what y'all are saying. I got my homie Pito Fresh Kebab in here. He's saying Kell Brook. Kell Brook. What is Errol Spence Jr.'s best win? You say Kell Brook? Ooh. Was that not a broken brook? Was that not a broken brook though, Pito? Did he get his face broke by Gennady Golovkin? Did he put in medical exemption or extension after medical extension after medical extension trying to avoid that fight? So Errol Spence Jr.'s best win to you is a broken brook? That's tough. They say, yo, when Terence fought Brook, he was, he wasn't no good, and he was already damaged goods, and he was this and he was that. But when they say when Earl fought him, he was the man with the plan and the Tan Van going to Japan, but he was a broken brook. Okay. If you want to say Kell Brook, that's tough. That's tough. My bro, Southpaw Killer. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? He say Sean Porter. That you might be onto something there. When I think of Sean Porter and Errol Spence's fight, it was a very competitive fight. Very competitive. Sean came to fight that night. So did Earl. They both came to fight that night. Sean was tremendous, a very, very good athlete. You know what I'm saying? Athletic. Very athletic. Could have been a little running back, right? Could have been like a little Barry Sanders or some shit. You know what I mean? He was very athletic. He was skilled. He was a two-time champion, right? Never moved up in weight, but two-time champion. Had a draw to Julio Diaz, but still, all in all, a handful for anybody, right? To beat Sean Porter is a handful for anybody. When I think Sean Porter, Okay, Sean Porter. Maybe. Maybe. Any more names? D Lucky says Kel Brook. We just say Broken Brook. Okay. He says Broken Brook. Broken Brook. Broken Brook. I see that Muhammad Tola. Hold on for a second. Hey, yo, Charles Pickett say, yo, Porter. Porter. A lot of y'all are saying Porter. DJ Zion Love, my bro. What's up, Zion? He say Porter. A lot of y'all are saying Porter. I think we all the same. I think we are definitely thinking the same thing here. Lucy Goosey says Garcia. Which Garcia? Danny or Mikey? Danny or Mikey? So it has to be Carlos Ocampo, says Pito Fresh goodbye. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. All right, I'm gonna give an answer on this. Earl's best win, in my opinion. I'm gonna rock out with DJ Zion Love on this one. And I'm gonna say Sean Porter. From a competitive level, I think that it's Sean Porter. Why? Because I think we've already, well, no thinking it. We've seen Sean beat Danny. I believe that Sean will run through pretty much everybody else on Errol Spence Jr.'s resume. He beat Ugas. Some may say he didn't really beat Ugas, but he beat Ugas. So I think it could be argued to say competitively, Sean Porter. Sean Porter. It's not bad. Not bad. And also considering where Sean Porter was at when Earl fought him, right? Did Sean have the belt? Yeah, Sean had the belt, right? So he was a world champion. So Sean Porter. So competitively, Sean Porter. But clearly in the accomplishments department, his most accomplished opposition, and it can be argued by a mile, would be Mikey Garcia. That's right, Mikey Garcia, the 35 pounder. That's him. Yeah, that Mikey, the one that's lost to Sander Martin, man, that Mikey. Yes. Mikey Garcia was his most accomplished opposition. Sean Porter was his most competitive opposition, right? I mean, Mikey was a 4-division champion. That's amazing. Too bad he was a 35 pounder to make the shit look all stanky and janky. But the fact still remains that he beat Mikey. He didn't stop Mikey. All right, but he beat Mikey. He didn't stop Mikey, but he beat Mikey. But so did Sander Martin. He beat him too. So to know that your most accomplished win was a 35 pounder and your best win was also someone that Terence Crawford knocked out. Well, that's just funny. That's just funny. That's just very, very, very funny. Very funny. All right, man. Let's move on. So since we got our answer with that, let's go to the next golden question. And we're going to do my main man, Terence Crawford, the same thing. The question is going to ask is, what is Bud's best win, main man? And you better keep it real, main man. I got the Spence fans watching like a hawk right now. Let's see how you answer this. Yeah, let's get to this. Let's get the Bud's resume. Huh? Who is his best win, main man? This is tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna go to the comment section first. I'm gonna see what the fam say. Who do we got as Terence Crawford's best win? Put it in the comment section and let me see what y'all talking about. I need to know who is Terence Crawford's best win, fam. Let me know. Let me know. Southpaw Killer says, yo, I agree. Mikey was the most decorated main man. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. He was on the pound for pound list for division champion. A dude who set out of boxing for a couple years due to, Bob Arum's crap and came back and won more belts. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we never got him versus Lomachenko or him versus Bud. But the fact still remains, he's still highly decorated, and you can't take that away from Mikey. But what is Bud's best win, everybody? I got my bro D Luckett. He say, yo, Porter. At which weight, says Pito? Any weight. Just any weight. That's what makes Terence Crawford's, I guess, a little different. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'll take it at any weight from 35 to 40 to 47. We'll take any weight. Just who do y'all think stands out competitively as Terence Crawford's best win or best opposition? OGPG says Sean Porter. A lot of Porters are coming in. I seen a couple Porters coming in. I got Charles Pickett says Victor Postal. Oh, I'm sorry. Charles Pickett says Victor Postal. Victor Postal. You know, the crazy thing about that is that when Crawford fought Postal, because I'm sure the Spence fans right now are just they're laughing their asses off right now. But when people got to understand is when Crawford fought Postal, that was the freaking Postal show. They was expecting for Postal to win that fight. Go back to that time frame. Go back to that fight. That was the welcome party for Victor Postal after that beautiful win that he had right in the fight prior, to Terence Crawford. So Postal was supposed to win that fight. Postal was coming out as this Olympian, and they were bringing him from overseas, and they were kissing his ass left and right. HBO was loving him, and you know how that went back then. That was the Victor Postal show. The problem is that Terence Crawford made it his show. I'm taking this shit. I'm the top draw, like Floyd told Oscar. I'm taking this, and he took it from Postal, and we only just supposed to be kicked down as a gatekeeper. Was never really the same after Terence Crawford. But the Postal win is very, very interesting. The Postal win is real interesting, yo. Charles Pickett says Ndongo, unified champion, right? Beating up on Ricky Burns, 3-division champion, as well as Edward Troyanowski at the time. Now, Edward Troyanowski didn't pan out to be much, but however, it still was a title fight that Ndongo won. Most importantly, fight fans, Ndongo did not win his unified belts in one fight. He didn't win all of his belts in one fight. He went after separate champions, or should I say separate titles. That's what makes Julius Ndongo something to talk about. And I know a lot of people look at Ndongo's record and laugh now and say, oh my goodness, he's losing to dudes who are like 9-0 now. But once again, fight fans, when you fight Terence Crawford, you're never the same. You're never the same. You're Sean Porter. You're at the dinner table with your father arguing, pondering your retirement. You're never the same. Julius Ndongo was flying high, fight fan. There was no stopping Julius Ndongo. Like the boxing community was warming up to him and shit. People was trying to find out about his background because this guy from Africa he's a unified champion out of nowhere and shit. Like, who is this dude? And just, before the boxing community can really learn about Julius Ndongo, here comes Terence Crawford in a hunt for belts, wrecking Julius Ndongo, making him no more. Well, man, Julius Ndongo was nothing. He was trash. He was trash. No, he wasn't. He was a unified champion that ran into a knockout artist. If he was such trash, how the fuck he got 2 belts? Riddle me that. Has Sean Porter ever had 2 belts at the same time? Has he ever had that? I think the answer is no. The answer is no. Has Ugas ever had 2 belts? The answer is no. Has Brook ever had 2 belts? But they say when Terence Crawford be the dude that got 2 belts, who the hell is he? This is hilarious, fight fans. D. Lucky says Gamboa. That's a good pick. I never really believed much in the Gamboa fight for Terence Crawford. I always thought that Gamboa was too small. And I always been completely transparent about that and completely honest. That was Gamboa. The Errol Spence Jr. fans can run around and say, hey, well, Mikey came after that, man. Mikey asked for it. But did not Gamboa ask for Crawford? I mean, he skipped over a whole weight class. Can we say the same thing when he came hunting for Crawford? No, I don't say that shit. I don't say that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? I say that was an uneven matchup. And Terence Crawford did exactly what he was supposed to do to the little man. And he didn't play with his food like Earl did with Mikey. Earl played with his food. Crawford went in there and handled business and gave that man a serious beatdown. You know what I'm saying? All right. Postal was 28-0 on paper. Next is Porter. Great. Okay. Lucy Goosey says Bud's best win is Brook. Oh, hell nah. And I like Kell Brook, but that ain't it, bro. Brook, to me, even though he still to me was in good shape at that time, went up to 54, you know what I mean? Put that titanium in his face. So he was good to go. But the fact still remains is that Brook had to come back to 47. And I got to keep it honest about that. So that's the reason I can't consider Brook the top guy, because he had to come back down to a class that he didn't fight at in a while. You know what I'm saying? But that was on Brooke. That's not on Bud. That's on Brooke. He wanted to run up to 54 and fight nobody. And then when Charlo got into his face, he turned around and wanted to run back to 47. That's on Brooke. Right? Terence Crawford didn't go over to the UK hunting for no damn Kell Brook. It was Kell Brook who jumped on the plane and came over here hunting for some smoke. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I ain't. But I'm just saying. So it's hard for me to pick Brooke. Gamboa says Pedo. Bandelli, what up, family? He says Gamboa. He was food for the undefeated Gamboa, who was the next Ray Jones, but he beat him. Big facts. He ruined Gamboa's party as well. Pedo says Bud walked through Victor Postal. Big facts. Big facts. All right, man. Answer the question. Who do you think is Bud's best win? Let's do this competitively. From a competitive standpoint, the one that to me I thought was going to really or should or to me really was stride for stride with Bud for a while and really gave him a good run until, you know, till it ended. And I will say, I would say Sean Porter. I know, well, man, you in the past you've said Ricky Burns, man, because he's a 3-division champion. I did, but that was before the Sean Porter fight for the most part. And when I think back at Porter from a competitive standpoint, I gotta say Porter. Porter was hanging stride for stride with Bud early on in that fight. And y'all need to remember that fight because it's gonna play in heavy on my breakdown when I break this fight down. But Sean Porter competitively probably was Terence Crawford's best opposition. This same guy who's Errol Spence Jr.'s best opposition. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so from an accomplishment standpoint, and this was kind of tough. I had to think about this. Who was Terence Crawford's best opposition? From an accomplishment standpoint, at first, the first name that instantly beamed into my mind was Julius Ndongo, given the unification, right? That was also the fight that Terence Crawford became undisputed in. So at first I thought, yeah, maybe Julius Ndongo. But then I think that, damn, Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, who was considered the lineal champion of 147. And the only reason that they took it away from him is because he retired for 2 weeks, it seemed like, and then he came out of retirement. But he technically was the lineal champion. And Jeff Horn beat him. Unfortunately, Jeff Horn didn't inherit the lineal belt, because if he did, then Terence Crawford would have had another lineal belt to add to his resume. They didn't give it to Jeff Horn. Just think, Terence Crawford would have been walking around 147 right now as a one from 135. He would have been walking around 147 as the lineal belt only if Manny Pacquiao didn't retire for 2 weeks or a month or however long he retired. Think about that, fight fans. And am I lying is the question. And the answer is no. I mean, you got the big fish who's never touched the lineal belt, but Crawford comes from 35 and he technically should be the lineal champion at 47. For real? And for those who don't know, for my newbies, yes, Manny Pacquiao defeats Timothy Bradley to win the lineal championship. In his very next fight after Timothy Bradley was Jeff Horn. Go do your research. Technically, your boy that you're looking at there on the left, the one that y'all say ain't never done nothing, he should have the lineal championship at 147. Please challenge me on this. Please. I want to give a major salute to my homie Orlando Finney up in our house. In Orlando, I want to give a major salute to you for the Cash App donation that you did between videos for We Talking Boxing. And I want to say thank you, my friend, my bro, you know what I'm saying? And much love to you for real, you know what I'm saying? Bud's best win at welterweight is Jeff Horn. Bam. Bam. I thought about that, bro. I say from an accomplishment standpoint, because I didn't give it to him from a competitive standpoint, because he just walked through Horn and he bullied Horn, even though Horn was the bigger man. Bullied them, fight fans. You saw bullying Bud in that fight. And I thought about it. I say, but damn, Horn beat Pacquiao, bro, like in a lineal version of Pacquiao. That's heavy. That's heavy. Even though Julius Ndongo was unified. But beating Pacquiao with a lineal belt, that's heavy. That's super heavy. So I kind of ran into a bit of a problem there. Like, damn, most accomplishments, man. So who do we do? Ndongo or Horn? Whew. Either way it goes, Errol Spence Jr. ain't never seen nothing like that. He ain't never seen nobody who beat a caliber of a Pacquiao. Who? Who? Danny ain't beat nobody at 47. Sean had a draw with Julio Diaz and he lost to Keith. Who? Who did what Jeff Horn did on Earl's resume? I mean, who? Ugas? Ugas lost to Porter. Who we talking about? Give me a name. No one did what Jeff Horn did, but we talk crap about Terence Crawford's resume for real? For real? So it's tough. When I say who's the most accomplished win, if the Ndongo win brought him undisputed, though. The Ndongo win brought him undisputed, fam. That's tough. That's very tough. If I had to pick one, I guess I got to go with Ndongo. I would say Bud's most accomplished win was Ndongo, mainly because he was facing a unified champion and he became undisputed in that fight. All 4 belts, all 4 titles, including the lineal. So I think we'll leave it that. I think I'm good with that. That's a tough one, but I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say Terence Crawford's best wins were Sean Porter and Julius Ndongo. Not into a distant third, maybe Ricky Burns, because he was a 3-division champion. Oh, man, you killing me, bro. Ricky Burns, you cannot be serious, homeboy. You cannot be serious. He's a 3-division champion. The only other opponent that Errol Spence Jr. has on his resume that even resembles that is Mikey. Mikey had 4. He had 4 divisions. Ricky had 3. So let me make sure I got this. Both one man fought a dude who won in 4 weight classes. The other one fought in 3. Their best oppositions together is Showtime Sean Porter. Neither man has fought Keith. Their best oppositions is Showtime Sean Porter. They like neck and neck with this shit. Think about it, fight fans. Now you might want to say, well, Mainman, Earl fought the better version. I don't know that to be true. It ain't like Sean Porter was running on films by the time Crawford fought him. Sean Porter had just dusted a fighter right before Terence Crawford. I mean, dusted him. Not just barely beat him, not eat by. He didn't do a Rolly Romero. He dusted his ass. And then got into there with Terence Crawford and was hanging with Crawford for those first 5 rounds. And y'all want to say that there was a Crawford that didn't do this? Y'all going off the word of P. Kenny? Y'all going off the word of P. Kenny. All in the videos, you know, Kenny Porter. You know, I'm going to talk a little bit about Kenny Porter. Salute to my homie, Lord J-Mo, in that super chat, man. Thank you for your support, homie, and much love to you, champ. Much love. Blessings and abundance. We smoking on that bud pack July 29th. All day. Salute to my homie, Lord J-Mo, man. Get ready, son. Get ready. Get ready. Hey, man, let's go back and talking about K. Diddy real quick, right? Y'all remember Kenny Porter, man? He was the funniest little dude. This is the word that the Spence fans always go off. Oh, well, Kenny Porter says that his son did not train that hard. So that's why he threw the towel in, main man. Hey, yo, man, miss me with all that crap, bro. Miss me with your crap. Let me tell you straight like this. Kenny Porter is a lunchbox. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Porter is a damn lunchbox. This dude always thought he was a fighter. Y'all remember how it used to be back in the day, like Kenny doing all of the videos. Man, Adrian Bronner roasted Sean Porter's ass for this shit. He roasted Sean Porter. Like his father was you didn't know who was the fighter and who was the trainer. Like Kenny used to be doing interviews like, yeah, what I'm going to do is boom, 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 boom. See, I don't want that fight. See, I don't. And people are like, yo, is he the fighter or is Sean the fighter? I don't. It's hard to tell it. I get it. That's your daddy, but he talking like he the fighter. Kenny would be all. He'd be like in doing interviews with his shirt off and shit, like like he was a fighter, right? He walking around with his shirt off and shit. And he'd be like hitting the mitts with no mitts on, just letting him hit his hands with no shirt, like he was the fighter. And I used to be like, yo, Kenny, sit your ass down somewhere, man. Sit your ass down somewhere. You think you the fighter? That's your problem. It's Sean's career. It's Sean. Let Sean be Sean. You ain't Sean. That's the problem. And so what Kenny's lunchbox ass did when he seen that fight, he getting mad at Sean supposedly because Sean ain't doing what I told him to do. And once again, he had one of his K. Diddy moments and put himself in the ring and took Sean out. It was all about what Kenny wanted. It was an ego there, fight fans. I'm sorry, y'all don't want to keep it a buck with me. That was an ego. Well, he's not doing what I told him to do. I should be the fighter. I should be in there. I remember watching the episode of Rocky, right? Remember, I think it was Rocky, I want to say Rocky 5, when the joint with him and Tommy Gunn, where Tommy Morrison was in it, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. And remember, it was a segment in that movie where like they had to check Rocky, like, because they kind of seen him pushing Tommy to a place because he was kind of living through him. And it's like, yo, you gotta ease up. That's not you in there type shit. That's him. And that was Kenny. That was Kenny. Kenny's a lunchbox. And then look at Kenny and Sean now. You don't even see them together. You don't see them together nowhere. They don't do interviews together no more. You ain't never seen Kenny on a Portaway podcast or nothing. So I mean, the point I'm trying to make is the Spence fans would be going off Kenny's word when Kenny is a damn lunchbox. Well, we got to believe Kenny because Kenny said his son didn't train. Sean Porter trained his ass off for that fight. Sean Porter trained his ass off for that fight. Sean Porter was in phenomenal shape for that fight. Did y'all see Sean Porter getting tired at any portion of that fight? Did you see him getting tired? Did you see him slowing down? Did you see him not looking interested in the fight at any portion of that fight? The answer is no. Sean was highly engaged and he wanted that fight. It's just that his daddy took it away from him and he ran into something. So Kenny's a damn lunchbox, you know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. He's a lunchbox. He's a lunchbox. But, you know, most importantly, fight fans, I'm going to say, you know, it's interesting to know that their best wins competitively is both Sean Porter. But he's the big fish. He's done so much great things than Terence Crawford. And keep in mind, fight fans, this was puts an asterisk and makes it look good for Bud Crawford because they both got the same best opponent. But the difference is that Terence Crawford comes from 2 weight classes below. That's the difference. What the hell you mean to tell me a 35-pounder, a guy who come from 35-pounder, got the same best opposition as the big jellyfish? Are you kidding me, fight fans? Are you kidding me? But the resume is so great. Oh, it's amazing. It's immaculate. All because he fought Ugas. Because, I mean, Danny ran for the hills from Terence Crawford, didn't he? So he fight Ugas and Danny. Oh, it's the greatest. Even though Keith did something similar to that, he did nearly the same accolades. But for Earl, it's he's the greatest thing in the world for beating the same guy that Bud beat. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Salute to my homie Lord J-Mo, man. Thank you, champs. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pito says Felix Diaz won the gold medal at the Olympics and Bud took care of him easy too. That's facts. That's facts. Unfortunately, he didn't really win much in the pros as far as hardware is concerned. So I didn't really consider Felix Diaz. But he was a good fighter. Good fundamental fighter. You know what I mean? Probably more so B plus level. But it was a decent challenge. Kevin Hill says, yo, man, this fight has revitalized boxing in a much needed way. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, real boxing, not made up boxing, Not, oh, these young new fighters are the pound for pound best, greatest things in the world, even though they ain't fought each other yet. No, real boxing. And this is what makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go to another golden question, fight fans. Let's push on. Let's push on. Let's see what else I got here. All right, let's go to the next golden question here. And we are doing golden questions for Spence and Crawford fight fans. So let's deal with this one next. And we're going to do it for both fighters. So I don't want the Spence fans tripping out. What is Errol Spence Jr.'s vulnerability? What is the thing that Errol does that he needs to not do versus Terence Crawford? What is his vulnerabilities? What do y'all see each and every fight that make you go, yo, he do that against Crawford? He do that against Keith? That's going to be a problem. And just like we just did with the last question, I'm going to wait for to see if a few comments come in that want to talk about it. And then I'm going to give my answers. So looking at the comment section right now, fight fans, and hit that thumbs up for the homie, everybody. Hit that thumbs up for me, please. Looking at this right now, what is Errol Spence Jr.'s biggest vulnerability? Salute to Unbiased Boxing Talk. Unbiased says, yo, man, lunge, and he lunged when he throws the jab. Lunge throwing the jab. Lunge throwing. And you know, when you lunge, a lot of cases you put yourself out of position. A lot of cases you expose your chin. Lunging while jabbing. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Tenpenny says, yo, being too aggressive can't do with Crawford. I like that, Tenpenny. I like that answer right there, champ. Being too aggressive. Sometimes he does kind of get too aggressive, right? But he relies on that brute force. He relies on that size, you know what I mean? What he likes to rehydrate to. He relies on that. And he pushes forward no matter what against some opponents. You're right. He met Sean Porter in the middle of the ring until Sean Porter stopped backing him up. He's trying to get space all the time. But for the most part, he met Sean Porter in the middle of the ring and stayed aggressive. Could the aggression be a downfall, fight fans? You know what I'm saying? Real spill. I want to give a major salute to my homie Kevin Hill, man, in the super chat. Thank you for your support, Kevin. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Great to be back, man. It's the place to be for build up to this fight. You already know. Brother, I've been waiting for this fight for years, man. You already, I got it all in the bag, champ. You already. You know what I'm saying? You already. Salute to my homie Kevin Hill, man. Hey, yo, Pedo Fresh Kabar says, spit the mouthpiece to start off with. Yeah, okay. Look, we ain't, hey, look, you let his mouthpiece come out against Terence Crawford and him looking down at the ground. Oh, I'm looking for my mouthpiece. You do that against Terence Crawford. You're talking about the best finisher in boxing. I don't mean the second. I don't mean that maybe someone's a little bit better. No, we're talking about the best finisher in boxing, and I got proof. Do I not have proof, fight fans? I think y'all know what that proof is. 10-fight knockout streak extending multiple divisions. At the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, no one does it better. So let that mouthpiece fall out. Let your teeth pop loose. Oh, your tooth. Remember, they talking about Errol Spence Jr.'s his dentures or whatever, man. I guess they sometimes get loose. Ugas loosened up his dentures. I don't know. They say Errol Spence walking around this thing with dentures. You let your dentures come out, champ. And guess what? You're going to be right on the floor with them shits. You're going to be right on the floor. Stop for a moment. Think you can stop in the middle of a fight like you did against Ugas and looking for something on the ground if you want to. You're going to be right there with it. You ain't going to have to pick it up. They're going to have to pick you and your dentures up. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all don't agree with that? Y'all don't agree with that if Errol Spence's mouthpiece comes out and he goes looking for it like he did against Ugas? What would Terence Crawford have done in that moment? So you better strap it in, man. Make sure. I want to give a major salute to my homie Big Dose 513 who's up in here, man. Salute to Big Dose. I see you, champion. I see you. Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose says Errol doesn't show a lot of head movement. He's there to be hit, and he'll follow you into something, and it fits Crawford's style. I've heard a lot of criticism about that. That Earl got to getting his head off the line problem. Getting his head off the line problem. Very interesting. Whoa did that says putting all that weight on the front foot. Putting all that weight on the front foot. Which means it's going to be tough to get out of the way of counters. How do you get out of the way of counter shots like that? How do you get out of the way of counter shots like that? I'm going to give my answer on this, fight fans. What is Errol Spence Jr.'s vulnerability? I think it's in my opinion, I think some of y'all have y'all were hitting around the edges. A couple of y'all were kind of like right there. And in my opinion, Errol Spence Jr.'s major vulnerability is he does get too much into what he's doing. Meaning that when he focuses on whatever style he's executing, whether he's aggressive Earl, more so when he's aggressive Earl, and he's coming forward, flicking that double jab, right? Looking to go upstairs or downstairs with the left hand. The problem is he gets too much into it. And he thinks in his mind that he's some sort of Superman and this guy can't hurt me. He puts himself in harm's way coming forward, but it's always behind the jab. Now, here's the deal. When he does that and he gets too focused, he's looking at your chest, he's digging into you, right? The breaking bones, he's breaking orbital bones and ribs and shit, right? When he gets to that into you, he gets too focused and he don't see shit coming back. He will not see shit coming back. I've seen this man clipped too many times between punches. The only thing is that they are lesser punches. He gets way too focused into it. In the middle of those 3, 4s, and 5s, and he'll take a step back and come back and do it all over again. And thinking, oh, he's staying on top of it so people can't think. That's cool. That's cool. But that also allows you to not see a lot of punches coming back at you. And with a dude like Terence Crawford, all it takes is one. This ain't Ugas, fight fans. This ain't pillow punching Ugas. All it takes is one from this dude. Equalizer. That's the definition to you, my new age fans. The definition of equalizer in boxing means when a fighter got one shot power that he can be down on the cards 4 or 5 rounds, one shot equalizes that fight. Now his opponent is hurt for the next few rounds and he's no longer the same off one shot or maybe even put down. And Terence Crawford got one. The point I'm making to you, fight fans, is Errol Spence sometimes gets too into what he likes to do. And great, it could be great to be focused like that. Don't worry. But when you in there with a dude where all it takes is one, you could be running it up, man. You could be running up the score, crushing them on the punch stats, the whole 9 yards. I mean, the arena's going crazy. Errol Spence Jr. is on his way to a win, and then pow! It's over. It can happen that way. Real spill. So in my opinion, Earl to me he gets too focused into what he's doing sometimes. He throws caution out the window. Mainly because the guys he's fighting are lesser punches. The only one that you can argue and say was a really, really good puncher was Danny. And Danny had his hands in his pockets. And for about 7 or 8 rounds, Danny had his hands in his freaking pockets. Holding the phone, not swinging. That cannot be Bud. That will not be Bud Crawford. So that's, in my opinion, Earl's biggest vulnerabilities. He focuses when he's aggressive. He gets too aggressive and throws caution out the window thinking he can steamroll opponents. And he's going to meet that one that he ain't going to be able to do that to. All right, man. We heard you talk about Earl. Let's hear what you got to say about Terence Crawford. What is Terence Crawford's vulnerability, fight fans? I know a lot of us don't really want to answer this question. I know a lot of us don't really want to answer this question. I get it. But what is Terence Crawford's biggest vulnerability? I'll go to the comment section on this first. And we'll come on back and I'll give an answer for this. You dig? Salute to my homie Damone Danes, who's up in here. Damone, what's up, champ? What's good, man? Bud is stopping Earl in surgical fashion. I like that. I like that right there. I like what Damone talking about. Rob says this is a win for the fans. Big facts. Big facts. Hit that thumbs up, everybody. Big Dose 513. No, sir. Spence's punches output is what makes him special to me. And that's also could be seen as a vulnerability, my friend, against the right opponent. I get it. You like the volume. Pump up the volume. I get it. It's all about the volume. He's Earl Volume Spence. Totally. I understand. And you may have seen that against Mikey and loved it. You've seen that against Ugaz and it's just like, oh, no one can stop this man. You've seen that against Danny and say that this man is the next thing to Optimus Prime and shit. But you ain't going to see that shit against Bud, homeboy. The more volume, the more risk. I'm going to say that one more time for the cats that just walked in and in the back. The more volume, the more risk. And I want y'all to remember something. Well, we'll talk about that. Hold on. Earl is finally ready to get a knockout. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, Rosilla, I believe you. You got a lot of proof with that, don't you? You got a lot of proof with that. Yeah. Big Doe says watching this fight is like watching your favorite dog get hit by his Mack truck. I've heard that before. And I know exactly who said that. Stop it. Sound good. You know how many times Bud Crawford has been told that? They told him when he fought Jeff Horn was too big. You know, they told him that. They told him, you know how many people they counted him out against? You know how many people counted him out against Porter? And they said the same thing. Only to see Porter get dismantled and then not get the credit. You know how many people said that Kell Brook was going to style on him? Yeah, believe it or not. Oh, well, it's Bud's legs. He can't move. He's getting too old. Until Bud went in there and stopped that boy. And we've heard it all before, Big Dose. Your little nursery rhymes sound good there, but I know where it came from. But at the end of the day, sound good, homie. We've heard it too many times. That's why we don't believe it. We just can't believe it. Rob says he knows he can't get careless. That's facts. Muhammad Tola says, your main man, in your opinion, should Bud check his killer instinct if he hurts Spence in case he goes for the kill and Spence counters? Absolutely not. Bud should go straight for the kill and put him down and down. No. See, this is what I'm not like most. I know what Spence is, and he's not a power puncher. His counter punches are not like to be feared like that, especially a hurt version of the man. He's not a power puncher. That is the best misnomer of Errol Spence Jr. in these boxing streets. Who the fuck told y'all he was a power puncher? He got to hit the same spot 500 times just to hurt somebody. That's not the definition of a power puncher. The definition of a power puncher is Deontay Wilder. The definition of a power puncher is Javante Tank Davis. And guess what they don't do? They don't hit you over and over and over and over and over again. They hit you one time and you're gone. Earl is a aggressive fighter. Earl is a punishing or bruiser to a certain degree, but he's not a power puncher. So I don't fear his counter shots. I don't think his counter shots are nearly what people. He's not, to me, never been known to be a great counter puncher like that. More so front foot forward fighter, but not counter puncher. You dig? Nuh-uh. So let me get the Bud's vulnerabilities real quick. I'm gonna say, and I don't like to talk much about this, so I'm gonna make this real snappy and real fast. All right, but we're gonna keep it all the way a buck here. To me, Bud's problem is one problem, and I hope that he needs to. Maybe I should speak on this so people can hear this. And something that I've picked up and noticed over the years is that Bud doesn't do well in boxing matches. That's the problem. I don't like boxing matches for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, the biggest misnomer about him in these boxing streets is that he's a boxer. He's slick. No, the fuck he ain't. He gets touched. His defense gets leaky sometimes. He's not the boxer. You know why he's not the boxer? because he's the fighter. This is a fighter that needs a fight to break out. He wants the fight to break out. He wants the volume. He wants to run in the fire. He needs the fire. That's this problem. This is why Sean Porter was doing what he was doing at the beginning of that fight. This is why Aegis Kalvalauskas was doing what he was doing at the beginning of their fight. Because they were fighting too slow. This is why Kell Brook was landing the jab the way he was. Because they were boxing. And Terence Crawford had to wake him up and turn it up a notch and make a fight break out. And when that fight breaks out, it's lights out. So to me, fight fans, Terence Crawford's biggest vulnerability is the fact of fighting a slow-paced boxing match. Why do you think he struggled against Jose Benavidez with one leg at times throughout that fight? Bud is not the biggest boxer in the world. Does he got layers to his style? 100%. Can he be the counter puncher? Sure. Could he box in a boxing fashion? Yes. Is he a stellar boxer? No. Is he slick and he won't get hit? No. Is his defense trump tight that no one can get through? No. That's not it. It's turn up and I'm going to turn you out. I need you to turn up. I want you to turn up. I want you to think I'm small. I want you to jump on me. So it's like Bruce Banner, fight fans. It's like Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk. Y'all remember the show from back in the day, right? What Bruce Banner used to say, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me very much if I get angry. Y'all remember, especially to my old heads, y'all remember that show with Lou Ferrigno in it, right? Don't make me angry because you wouldn't like me very much once I got angry. And he was telling you that as long as I'm nice and everything is calm, well, I'm just a small little guy. But the second your ass turn up, but the second that you piss me off, well, you're going to have to deal with that green dude. You're going to have to deal with that green dude. And that green dude don't play. And in Bud's case, that black dude. And he don't fucking play. So that's what it is. You're dealing with Bruce fucking Banner. I want to give a major salute to my homie Kevin Hill back in that super chat. Thank you, Kevin, for your unwavering support, my friend, and much love to you, man. He said, yo, Crawford will turn Spence like a turntable. Crawford will use his reflexes and set a death trap. Now, that's one of his biggest, what's the word, pluses, you know what I mean? Like he can set traps. He can definitely set traps. Because with the kind of punching power that he has, you run into them shots. If he set them traps and you run into them shots, you going out. He's a definite trap setter. And we're going to definitely get more into styles in the coming days, fight fans. We got time. We got time. But he is definitely a hell of a trap setter. Hell of a trap setter. So great comment, Kevin. Great comment. So we're going to move on from Terence Crawford's vulnerability. You know, hopefully nobody didn't hear much about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep on pushing. We're going to keep on pushing. What is EJ's best attribute? These are the golden questions, fight fans. What does EJ do the best? What is it that EJ is second to none in doing? I mean, no one does this better than EJ. Is it the beautiful jab? Is it his aggression? Is it his movement? Is it his stamina? I mean, what is his best attribute? Is it a certain punch? What is the best attribute of Errol Spence Jr.? Riddle me that, fight fans. Riddle me that. And let me check on y'all on some of y'all answers. While y'all giving y'all answers, I'm gonna swing on back over here to my homie, Big Dose. Salute to the homie, Big Dose. 513 in that super chat, holding it down. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you. After this fight, man, I hope at least a few of Bud fans will be willing to donate an eye to Bud because he is going to need it. Hey, look, man, y'all be going way too far with this little eye stuff, bro. With the eye and rib thing, like, come on, man. Like that was a broken Brook. Did he? Oh, he didn't even. Oh, he broke Brook's other eye, right? But that was still a broken Brook. Miss, y'all be going way over the for Ugas get his little eye swole up. Boy, y'all don't know what to do. But it's not going to be Terence Crawford. Even if Terence Crawford's eye swells up or orbital bone gets damaged, he fighting through that shit. Y'all don't seem to get this, man. I keep telling y'all. Go back and watch the movie Undisputed with Vin Rames and Wesley Snipes. When Vin Rames was this big bad wolf and everyone thought he was the greatest thing in the world when he went into the jail as the heavyweight champion, only because Wesley Snipes was sitting in his cell carving out little woodmen and shit and staying to himself and staying quiet, and they thought that, oh, he was an easy pushover. And who won that fight in the end? Who won that fight? Was it the one that was known to be the big bad wolf and breaking everything down, or the humble dude who, though he don't bark a lot, but he show can bite? That's Bud Crawford. So I hear you, Big Dose. Y'all running around with this eye shit. These bones gonna be broken. Sound good, but I'm rocking with Wesley. I'm rocking with Wesley. I got my sis Lala D up in the house. What's up with you, Lala? Salute, sis. Salute, salute, salute. Yes, that's it. Lala says, I know David Banner, the rapper. Nah, we ain't talking about him, Joe. We talking about the Hawk, man. Hey, Terence Crawford is a Hawk out here, man. I'm telling y'all, he the Hawk. He the Hawk. Big Dose ain't right, man. You ain't right, champ. You ain't right. You ain't right. So let's talk about the best attributes of Errol Spence, man. So hold on, let me see if any of y'all gave some answers first. Hold on. See if anybody no. So none of y'all don't know the best attributes of Errol Spence Jr. I don't see no answers here. Y'all been answering everybody else, but then we get into the best attributes of Errol Spence Jr. and no one knows what it is. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, in my opinion, I'll give him. I'll pluck off a couple for the. I'll do him. Do him a favor. I think that Errol Spence Jr.'s best attribute, in my opinion, and this may sound crazy to a lot of y'all, but it's his jab. Well, Mainman, Crawford has the reach advantage. Beautiful. That jab can be counted. But however, Errol Spence Jr. has a methodical ass jab. Everything he does off the jab. He is aggressive, but he's not aggressive without a jab, which makes him so tough to deal with because he's flicking that bad boy 2 times at you before he's even going to work. Everything he does is behind the jab. He does nothing without the jab. And he throws it at different speeds, I notice. Different speeds. Sometimes it'll come slow, sometimes it'll come fast, sometimes it'll come from the top, sometimes it comes straight from in front of you. But his jab is crackerjack. I've always given him credit for that. And I believe that all of his work, his house doesn't get built without that foundation called a jab. I'm going to say that one more time, and please don't steal my shit. His house doesn't get built until he used that foundation called a jab. Hit that thumbs up for me, everybody, if you're enjoying this breakdown, because y'all know damn well that y'all ain't heard nothing like this all week long. Holla at me. Hit that thumbs up for the homie. Now, the point I think his jab is crackerjack. I got to give him full credit for that. I got to give him full credit for that. So to me, that's Errol Spence Jr.'s best attribute. Terence Crawford. What is Terence Crawford's best attribute, fight fans? What does Bud Crawford do the best that nobody can fuck with? Is it the looping shots? Is it the straight shots? Is it the foot movement? Is it the stamina? Is it his ability to take punches? What is, in y'all opinion, what is Terence Crawford's best attribute? Riddle me that, fight fans. Riddle me that. TBE Boxing got it too. I ain't even see that. Dang, both of y'all were on point. TBE Boxing called it the jab, and Kevin Hill said the same thing, the jab. Good call, fam. Good call. I ain't even see that. Great call. Hey, thanks, TBE. Yeah, big facts, fam. Congratulations, man. I know you've been pushing and waiting for this moment for years, just like me. That ain't nothing but facts. Man. Salute, champ. Salute. So what is Bud's best attribute, everybody? What is Bud's best attribute? Let me forward up. There go my homie Lewis Coleman. What up, Lewis? What up, champ? What up, champ? Does everybody remember Porter Earl got hurt and started throwing low blows? Ooh, I forgot that. Sound like a little desperation there, a little desperation. Big Doe says, yo, Bud's best attributes is counterpunching, agility, speed, power, and ring IQ. Those are good. That's a good list there. I really like that punching ability. He changes up speeds, which is even good. And power is unquestionable. Ring IQ is thorough too. Good list there, Big Dose. Good one there. Good one. TBE Boxing says, yo, footwork. That's a good one too. And when Bud's legs have been questioned over the last couple years, and I think they still there and they shine. And they're still there. See, Bud Crawford is not a fighter that got a lot of wear and tear. That's what people need to understand. He's not Sean Porter. He's not a dude that get into these roughy fight. Once he hurts you, it's over. And we know he's a slow starter. Bud don't have a tremendous amount of wear and tear. Not to mention he lives the life. That's why the young fighters look up to him the way they do. He lives the life. While Errol Spence is out there on the ranch, kicking it with the cows and the llamas and shit. You know what I'm saying? He hanging out with llamas. Terence Crawford is in the gym teaching the young boys. And look at Shakur, his protege. Sharp as it comes. Mind sharp. Fighting game sharp. Hanging around Bud Crawford would do that shit to you, dog. It'll do that shit. Yeah, Big Doe's clowning. He definitely clowning. Big Doe's talking about some man, eyes and ribs and all that. He definitely clowning, man. For sure. Lewis Coleman says, yo, Crawford is able to adjust. Big facts. Lala D says, yo, I think that countering and power is his strong points. Those are good. Very good. Kevin Hill goes back to the jab and says Bud Crawford's jab is his best attribute. Okay. I like Bud Crawford's jab. More of a measuring jab than say like with Earl's, it's like leading into the 2s and the 3s and the 4s. With Bud's, it's more, I need to see where you at. Are you right here? Are you right there? Can I touch you here? Can I touch you there? Okay, if I touch you here, then be prepared for number 2. But he's looking to touch you just to see where you at. As for Earl, he's looking to go to work with it. So I like it. Flawless mentality. Salute to you, family. Salute to the God, Mainman, my brother of excellence, fam, and the gods and the beautiful goddesses of the family. Salute flawless mentality for that beautiful comment. And thank you much, fam. Thank you so much. All right, let's give the answer, man. What do you think is Bud's best attribute? It's simple to me. And I didn't see any of the fam say it. I was wondering when it was going to come. I'm sure one of y'all was thinking of this, but just didn't get to it. The ability to be ambidextrous, the ability to switch to southpaw and orthodox at the snap of a finger. Why is this important? Let me ask to all of my boxing minds out there, what is the most number one kryptonite to a southpaw? What is the kryptonite to a southpaw? A good right hand, correct? A good right hand. Well, if Terence Crawford switches southpaw, which people say, well, he has no advantages because Errol Spence Jr. is a southpaw too, man. Well, if Terence Crawford switches southpaw, but yet his power hand is still the right hand, what does that look like? Meaning that going southpaw, that means the jab hurts. Right? So the jab hand is the strong hand. Well, man, the left hand ain't gonna work. Bud Crawford goes southpaw to turn up and he gets everyone out. But what if the right hand is still the strong hand? Could Bud Crawford potentially beat up a southpaw with the jab? We seen Kell Brook go halfway across the ring from damn near jab, hook jab or whatever that was. Could Bud Crawford beat up a southpaw with the right hand jab hand from the southpaw position? You may say, I don't think that can happen. But then what if he just goes straight righty again? See, southpaw is when he turns up. Well, he's not as good as an orthodox fighter, man, as he is as a southpaw fighter. I would disagree. Different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. You put him in a ring with a southpaw like Errol, who's to say he won't smack him around with the fucking jab? Who's to say? And when the right hand lands all night, when I've seen Errol clip with right hands, left and right, several fights, including early in his career. So that means that it's been happening since the early days of his career to maybe a guy like Ugas. What happens when Bud goes southpaw, but the right hand is still the power hand? Riddle me that. So I think that Terence Crawford's best attribute, fight fans, would be the ability to go be a switch hitter and do it so well. That ability is second to none. Second to none. Second to none. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Bandelli says, yo, Bud timing is crazy. Big, you know what, Bandelli? That was in a real near second for me right there. I was thinking about that. I was like, but his timing is immaculate, man. Like he be putting in his punch placement also was another one for me. I was like between punch placement, his timing, and the ability to be a switch hitter. All those attributes are heavy. Those are heavy. But I landed with the switch hitter position because you just never know what you're gonna get. It's like Kobe and shit. You just never know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Look at sis knocked it on the head, Joe. There it is. Lala got it. Lala had got it. Yep, Lala had got it. I ain't even see that, Lala. You got it. You definitely got it. Switch hitter. Bad man. Bad man. Good call, Lala. Good call. Look at y'all let Lala show all y'all up, man. She hit it right on the head. Come on, fam. Not to say that y'all ain't giving some good answers, but she's landed right on the button, champ. Yeah, that's it, man. Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose says, yo, the jab and the dog in him. Some say that's a good thing. Some say that's a bad thing. I see it as a good thing. I think the dog portion is good. Some say, well, Mainman, it will put him in position to get hurt. He'll go after the wrong guy and he'll run into something. I haven't seen that yet. Well, Earl's a different breed. Earl gonna get clipped. Earl ain't no different breed. What you talking about, different breed? Fuck, he a different breed. The man got health problems. He was in a car that flipped over 75 times. What are y'all talking about? He's a different breed. Y'all know Terence Crawford is a different breed. Ooh, man, why did you say that? You know damn well you shouldn't have said that. Muhammad Tola says, yo, Bud is a rack and Spence is a Monet. Power Universe fans. And it's a reek. You trying to say reek. Bud is a reek and Spence is a Monet. Power Universe fans. Am I right? Hey, dog, Bud is the hunter, man. Is the hunter. And keep in mind, bro, I love that show. Salute to Murray J. Shawty, she killing it. Salute to Murray J. She killing it, Muhammad told her. She killing that role right now. Salute to Murray J, champ. Salute to Murray J. Lala says, true. Someone said his dog. Yeah, that dog is a bad. Hey, son, that thing a Rottweiler. No, fuck all that. That thing one of them big old, what's them big ass dogs, them dongos, big old rough dogs. Big old, they be white, they be having chains on. I forgot what they call them, big old shepherd dogs. Man, he one of them, you know. He ain't no regular dog, that's for sure. Big Doe says, yo, man, you know, because I never mentioned them ribs. It's just, I hear it a lot, Big Dose. I hear it a lot. When y'all go from the eyes, you go to the ribs and so on and so forth. But I hear it a lot. I hear it a lot. So that to me is Terence Crawford's best attributes, fight fans. Lewis says Bud is a clean fighter. Spence, no. Bud stays in shape. Spence, no. Bud looks comfortable at 147. Spence looks drained at his weigh-ins. Let me say this. The fact of lifestyle, fight fans, it matters. It does matter. As a matter of fact, that's our next golden question. Right off the what Lewis was just talking about, lifestyle. Y'all don't think that this matters? Who's living the life? Who's been the most dedicated? Who walks, talks, and act like a perennial fighter at all times? Is it Earl or is it Bud? Now let me tell you what I see. Maybe y'all see something different. When I look at Bud, I see he's a family man. He likes to kick it with his kids. He goes to all of his kids' competitions, right? And all that stuff. He's getting his kids into wrestling and track and field and stuff like that. And Bud Crawford, have you ever seen him out of shape? Have you ever seen him let himself go? Have you ever seen him drunk? Have you ever seen him smoking anything? Have you ever seen him doing anything that's not like Bud? Have you ever seen it? Since he's been at 35. I've never seen Bud out of character. I've never seen Bud intoxicated. I've never seen Bud getting locked up. The only bad headline that I can ever recall, and we'll put it out there, is when he got into it back in the day by getting shot in the head and the whole thing that happened at the car dealership. But outside of that, you don't see much bad. The man lives the life of a fighter. The lifestyle, he don't have to get ready. He don't have to get ready. He's already ready. The fight probably could happen next week, Bud ready to go. And this is at any given Sunday. The fight can be tonight, tomorrow. Bud is more closer to the finish line than your boy. Who lives the life? And it matters. Less wear and tear on your body. Less wear and tear on your mind. Focused at all times. In control. In demand. That's Terence Crawford. You can't give me no examples. Now let's go over to the other dude. You know, we all know that Earl likes a good drink now, don't he? Oh, I got so much proof. I got so much proof. This is too much. I don't even know if it's even right to put that out there like that, right? I mean, we just got too much. Remember what happened at the podium? Y'all remember what happened at the podium, right? When he was at the fight. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. I was undisputed. I was undisputed. He was twisted. I remember one time he was giving an interview like he was on the panel. He was twisted. Always twisted. Well, main man, everyone is entitled to a drink sometimes. That is not right. You are wrong for that, bruh. Come on, man. He's a man. He's a human. He can go out and have a drink. How about every damn time we see him at one time? At once upon a time, it was every time we saw him publicly. Thank goodness it looked like he kind of pushed it under wraps now. But that didn't look like the lifestyle. Not to mention the blowing up in weight. He blows up in weight, but he's self-admitted. Well, I walk around at 108 pounds myself. He self-admitted this, fight fans. He blows up in weight. You've seen it over and over again, blown up in weight. Tell me I'm lying. Well, main man, that's not true. Well, you know, he didn't blow up in weight 3 years ago, right? He didn't blow up in. Tell me this is not true. Y'all know this shit true. He blows up in weight. He has been known to be a drinker. Oh man, I can't hear this, man. You hurt. This is too much. I can't hear it. It's too much truth. And on top of that, you are flipping cars like you up in another 48 hours. I was in a car that flipped over 17 times. Bitch tried to stab me in the bathroom. Somebody blew up my Porsche. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's Errol Spence. He's Reggie Hammond. He's Earl Hammond. He is Earl Reggie Hammond and shit. Y'all know damn well there's a difference in lifestyle right here. Errol Spence is working his ass off in the extra long training camp to get ready for the fight. Terence Crawford ain't got to do much. He don't do fat camps, fight fans. That's why he's always ready to go. He's doing game plans, not fat camps. Well, I got Earl over here just like trying to get that weight off as fast as possible, and then they can get to the game plan. You do that shit to Terence Crawford. You do that shit to Terence. You let your dentures come out against Terence Crawford. Put on a Slick Rick eye patch versus Terence Crawford. All that shit you've been through, bruh. Retina issues, getting touched up in sparring, blowing up in weight between fights, in a car that flipped over 95 times. All of this stuff. Drunk every time we seen him at Once Upon a Time. I remember one joint, I don't know if his girl was playing or not when she was holding him up and he was passed out on her hands and she made the video. Remember that? I don't know if he was joking or not. Everybody like, oh, he was just joking. He was just joking. All right, well, why would you joke like that, bro? There's a difference in lifestyle here. That's just some hard truth for your ass. Errol Spence Jr. fans running up out of here like the plague. Y'all want to talk about Bud Crawford? Let's keep it a buck. Give me a time when you seen him walking around looking bad. You got nothing. Well, I'm about to go Google this right now. I'm going to find me a picture somewhere. I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Hey, Lewis Colbert said he was twisted with his girl on that video flipping cars, man. Hey, I'm sorry, he's a car flipper. Terence Crawford is not a car flipper. I'm start calling that motherfucker flipper. Like a dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. All right. I'm not gonna go below the belt, but I'm just literally like showing the difference in lifestyle. It's one thing to say, yo, man, you're going too far. If I was lying. I'm sorry, fight fans. I don't think like a lot of folks. Y'all gotta forgive me. I look at things at what they are. Y'all want to ignore it and act like it don't matter against a perennial guy like him. But you tripping. And if he lose, don't use that shit as an excuse since you don't want to hear it. But it's the truth. And at these high heights in this red air, that shit matters. Sorry. I know it sounds like he's going below the belt, but that stuff is considered when chasing a stronger opponent, even though Earl is different, says Lala D. He's different. He's very different. But I don't know many fighters that live a bad lifestyle that can beat the top floor on a consistent basis. Go back and look through the history of the fight game. Just go back and look at some of our favorite fighters of yesteryear and how they start off their career so wonderful and they get egos and they blow up and the money and everything gets to them. And next thing you know, they're not living that fighter's lifestyle no more and they're shells of their former selves. That happens, fight fans. Earl could be a different breed. He could be. I do respect the fact he took Danny Garcia off the fresh first fight back. I appreciate that. I really do. I thought that was phenomenal. But then I don't think much of Danny no more. I haven't thought much of Danny since he left 40. But that still was good to take the caliber of Danny Garcia on your first fight back. I'm just saying, man. I mean, damn, dog. I don't know, man. I don't know. Big Doe says, yo, man, I know y'all all hope for that, but it ain't going to be a problem, man. That's how I know y'all scared because the Bud fans keep talking about what Earl used to do. Yeah, he used to do this, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Yeah, he used to do this. It's so back in the day. Terence Crawford never did it. Never. You can't move through classes living like that. You can't become lineal living like that. He's never done it. And it's going to matter. It's going to matter. You dig? Big facts, Jason. Big facts. Yo, main man, you right, man, but nothing matters until the bell rings. Although the bottom line is that Crawford is going to knock out Spence by the 10th and 11th round. I like the way you thinking, Jason. I definitely like the way you thinking, champ. Let's push on because this lifestyle question is straight up ran the Errol Spence Jr. fans way up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Real spill, man. But I'm sorry, man. It's going to matter, everybody. It's going to matter. It's going to matter. So I think that's pretty much all I'm going to deal with tonight. You know what I mean? We got a lot more to go. We got a long road ahead of us, fight fans. So I don't want to dwell too much tonight and give too much away. I got a lot more to go. A lot more to go. These golden questions have been very revealing to a certain degree. We learn, I mean, we just talk about what we know of these dudes, man. And you know, these golden questions have been very, very good. It's a good learning experience here, you know. And it is what it is, man. Lana, what's up, Lana? What's up, champ? How you, man? I know Lana turned up and ready. Me and Lana had many nights, many conversations about this damn fight, Lana. Hey, Lana, we made it, bro. We made it, champ. We made it. I know many fighters. Sugar Ray came back to beat Hagler after all they huge layoffs and worse eye injury. So you telling me that Crawford's going to fight? I mean, that Earl's going to fight Crawford like Sugar Ray did to Marvin Hagler after winning in the last 10 seconds of each round? Seriously? That sounds good. But that's because Marvin Hagler was more similar in style to Errol Spence, right? I mean, he was really, I mean, a lot of y'all always honestly kind of like compare him to Marvin Hagler in a lot of respects. So that style, trying to chase an opponent, flat-footed to a certain degree, trying to chase an opponent, it wasn't working. But like I said, you go up against a prime fighter like Terence Crawford and being inactive, being injured, not living the lifestyle, and it's not going to end well for you. It's not going to end well for you, bro. It's just that equation to me just doesn't add up. You feel me? A couple more fight fans and I'm out. Oh, Lana, you come so late and ask for the link, champ. I'm about to get ready to shut it on down, man. Hey, Lana, we doing this every day, champ. We doing this every day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on back through tomorrow, man. I got to get ready to get on up out of here. I've been rolling for almost 2 hours, champ. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get ready to get out of here. And we'll do this again tomorrow. We'll do this all weekend. You know, we got plenty of time, Lana. Me and you, we're going to have a lot of discussions before this fight happens. Just come on through. You know what I'm saying? So salute. You already know. You family. You always on. But I got to get ready to get on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Hey, Bandelli says, damn good live, family, and much respect to you, man. Much respect to you too, man. What I'm gonna do, fight fans, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it on down right here. We'll pick this up to be continued. Run this back. If anything that I said that you don't agree with, the next live, bring it, damn it. Bring it. Well, main man, you said that Earl doesn't do this. Well, let me explain to you what he really does. Bring that shit. I'm right here. And trust me, I want smoke. So at the end of the day, fight fans, I'll be here. I'm going to be here for a lot of days. You're going to get a lot of the old main man back. I've been waiting for this fight for a very, very long time. I'm going to push this shit heavy. We ain't going to stop. It's a fight night until that big party comes, fight fans. Real spill. Normally, y'all know me for the news and stuff like that. Well, don't always get newsy over here. That ain't how main man technically is built. And y'all know that. Main man like to talk that talk. I just been too busy to do it. I'm back for this fight. I'm definitely back. Real spill. Y'all have a good night, man. And y'all have a blessed night in the whole 9 yards. I want to thank you for everyone. Let me go ahead and turn this music on back up. I want to say thank you to everyone, man, that came on through, and hopefully y'all enjoyed tonight's stream, man. And I want to say this because I have to say this. A lot of people, I want to say this, and I really mean this. I always give this full disclosure. Listen, to anyone that heard me talk this talk tonight, do not take nothing that I say personal. You better not. I don't want y'all running around here smacking your dogs, kicking your cat, spitting in your fish tank, mad at main man because he's been talking about your favorite fighter. That ain't how we do down over here. No matter what we say, it is never, ever, I repeat, never, ever personal. It's all entertainment, fight fans, and it's all a good time. And when this fight happens, we really gonna have a damn good time. That night gonna be super duper lit. I'm talking glow. I'm loving it. I'm loving the feeling. We're going to build this thing up the right way. One last thing. Oh, hold on. I got to cut the music for this part. And I mean this shit too, because y'all ain't going to ruin this for me. Oh, hell nah. All of you, oh, he's just a fanboy. Oh, they're just fanboys. Oh, I don't want to hear this. You know, I'm not a Bud fan. I'm not an Earl fan. I am a boxing fan. If that's you, man, take your ass over there somewhere. Get away from me, man. Get away from me. I'm having fun with this. We all gonna have some fun. We've been waiting years for this shit. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. Oh, I just want to be an analyst. I want to be analytical. Well, sit your analytical ass over there in the corner and get the hell away from Mainman, because we gonna have fun. We gonna turn up. We gonna get loud. We gonna get we gonna turn it into a bunch of lunch boxes. But we gonna remember this shit, man. We gonna remember this experience, and we gonna remember this fight because we earned it. So have fun, everybody. You earned it. Have fun. Stop being stick in the muds about everything. No other fans get this type of criticism but boxing fans. I always use this example. Go to your favorite NFL team's football game and tell me, what do you see? People dressed in paint, people with their face painted, with their bodies painted, people running across the field acting stupid with their favorite football team hats, shirts, gloves, socks, drawers, everything. And no one never calls them fanboys. But only boxing fans, when you support your favorite fighter, especially even if it's from your city or not, you get labeled as such. Fuck that. And if you don't like it, don't listen, because Mainman gonna have a great time and the fam gonna have a great time right along with me. And it's much love to each and every one of y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that being said, fight fans, y'all have a blessed night, and I see y'all on the next one, man. To the next video, family. Peace out.